Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Game, with off yet an exciting 1 versus 1 on Holotny Farmer Winter. We shall be watching on one side, increase here fighting for Germany for the Reich, forming the hastily assembled Kampfgruppe Walzer, tasked with counterattacking and relieving pressure off the 2nd SS Panzer Corps. Versus here, Mr. Chukunoku fighting for the United States and the 5th Infantry Division, holding the line desperately as the Kampfgruppe Walzer charges into it. We're noting here commanders are armor, infantry and airborne box standard there for Chukunoku. For increase, we're looking at mobile defense, assault support and elite troops. Bulletin-wise, we're seeing all infantry here for increase. Chukunoku almost the same, except there's a small bulletin there for his Shermans. Not really one I would describe as doing much for him. One gun on the other, then one MB42 there for increase. Interesting start there for the Wehrmacht player. For Chukunoku, we are seeing sort of more regular dual infantry start there. 2 rifleman squads popping out there for the United States of America. Neatly heading for the northern field point there. Gun is just following up. MD42 following up as well. Question is though, does he want to connect? We also need a bit of barbed wire going up there by the fuel point. Rifleman making quick church entry into the church. With the MD42 following up, that's definitely going to be a bit interesting to see. And there we go, guys, coming under fire here already. MD42 not be able to help though. More barbed wire up here looks like. Increase is very much interested in making this a very difficult sort of point to sort of take up and hold for Mr. Chukunoku, or at least attack for that matter. MD42 moving up. Pioneers falling back here. 3rd Rifle Squad there on the way for Chukunoku. Southern Field Point being secured by him as well.
Rifle Squad ready for action.
And there we go, the Rifle Squad arrives. And there actually ignores the Pioneers, and MD42 does not take the bait, instead swinging around here. Might try to do some point securing there instead. Maybe also they've increased a little bit on security. Wonders where are those riflemen going, eh? Now they're going to squat their running for increase. What shall be next here for Chukunoku? Well, he actually goes for infantry. Interesting. Points there are being secured. Bit of quiet here between both sides. And there we go, minor victory point advantage there for Chukunoku versus increased rifleman coming under fire there from the Grenadier. Pioneers flanking from the other side, hoping to draw some fire. And there we go, instead forced a full retreat there from Chukunoku. In the face of such dauntless German assaults, and the MD42 taking up here, laying down a secure defense around the fuel point, is something that's requiring a bit more of an effort there from Chukunoku to clear out, and in particular lays up more barbed wire to make a direct approach, as the building with the MD42 is a lot more painful. Looks like we got a lieutenant there coming up for Chukunoku. The lieutenant. Increase on the other hand team to take it a bit more slowly here, not rushing into things. Another goes what their rounds to 3 grenades, 1 MD42 so far. Going for the munitions. The only munitions point there's in fact on this map, by the way. Interesting fact there. Johnny went down, shot through the head, vanished under the remains of some frozen panzer. Not necessarily the best position for the MD42, in fact there's a lot that's actually blocking its line of fire, so not the best there for increase. Noting, by the way, then a mortar following up, so 3 guns, MD42 and a mortar, fun. Wildfire going in there, but the rifleman up taking them apart before that happens, and there we go. Chukunoku is forced to retreat. Rifleman there barely makes it past MD4 to the Pioneers spotting. Those covering, and the MD4 setting up to cover as well. Nick, I did manage to actually suppress the guns there with his rear echelon troops and the M1 carbines. Reasonably rapid firing semi-automatic weapon. There was in fact a small variant made of it that was actually a fully automatic weapon. Though not an awful lot of them were made, and certainly not a lot of action in World War I. Or World War II. Oh, World War I. What the hell am I talking about? Like an army for their firing. Also a fun fact about the M1 carbine, there's actually a sniper variant of it with a, I think, infrared sight. And this goes down to fire. Troops reinforcing, rebuilding. M20 following up there for Chukunoku. Bit of fire, a bit of shooting. But M20 should be able to throw a bit of range that increases works because he's currently got no anti-tank weapons except Panzerfaust. Now you've got the M20 utility car arriving there. Built for recons and such. It was basically an M8 without the turret. In fact, it was quite common for the Allies. I think it was though the British the most, well, the Commonwealth overall, they had a slight tendency of basically removing the turret of something and then basically using it for reconnaissance. Stuart tanks, for example, were also used in that configuration, though in that case some of the Stuarts were actually also used for, well, as APCs, in the case they were called jackalopes. So a little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. There's in a bit of trouble there, attacking from cell sides, and he has got grenades here. Good, good. That's definitely going to make such an assault more effective. There we go. I think though, should move in the M20 close here so the MG42 has a harder time actually escaping now. Instead, he kept a little bit of distance there. Now he might still be able to take the MG42. That could definitely be a heavy blow there to increase. VARs, 50 cover down top, and come on, can he get it? Ah! Run, Dieter, run! Your life... never mind. Close there, but he might still be able to get it, I suppose, but it didn't quite work. Again, he should have probably been quick to move that MG forward there. Anyway, he's got the mortar here, and the mortar getting outflanked as well. The position here for increase, not going to be seeing a scout car being added. Fortunately, none of the infantry at the moment here for Chukunoku has veteran to 1, thus ensuring the 222 has nothing to worry about. In fact, it should close in as quickly as possible. Oh, wait, they've got the gentleman up north here with some anti-tank rifle grenades. There we go, rifle grenade off there versus the German scout car.
Let's give them hell, boys. The capture point is under attack.
Troop reinforcing. Down there as well.
Locked and loaded. Let's get it secured.
That should definitely give Chukunoku's infantry a bit of flexibility there with smoke grenades and regular grenades. And getting that ambulance on the way. Good, good. He's also got the M20, so I mean, he could consider laying down some M6 anti-tank man sort of for further preparation for any sort of future armor that might arrive from his fascist opponent.
Good to go.
Increase their bit on the back foot. He needs to quickly get back on the field and throw back to armies.
Ready for orders. Boys, you waiting orders.
There we go, got the quarter or 3/4 ton ambulance. And on that slowly inching up, wiping on the fire. Oh, nice hit there on the lieutenant and friends. In fact, that was the lieutenant who specifically went down there. Oh, what is he doing here? I think he's switching out the cruiser, using the rear instead as a crew for the M20, leaving his tank or vehicle crew there to work as an anti-tank team. Probably grumbling a bit about it. That's not what we signed up for. We signed up specifically to remain in the claustrophobic comforts of a vehicle which might horribly burn and explode on all of us. Though, I mean, interesting enough, the Americans didn't really have a sort of, thing for using their vehicle crews as infantry. That was actually more of a German thing, usually because throughout the war they generally would suffer shortages in tanks, and that was, in that case, it was not uncommon to see, for example, entire panzer companies lacking in tanks being used as infantry instead. So, little fun fact there, little fun fact. And in fact, German panzers usually had a small kit for converting one of the tank MGs into a light machine gun. So, very little fun fact there. There you go, we got an M6 anti-tank man up there from the M20. Grenadiere moving vorwärts.
Boys, you ready to roll out? Boys, you ready to roll out?
And we got a Pack 40 there arriving to probably stop some of those silly things the M20 might do.
A severe cold front is moving in.
And the vehicle crew moving back once more. You're noting there another rifleman squad on the way here for Chukunoku. Interesting, interesting. I don't just feel like he needs more infantry at the moment. He might be better off either trying to take up or maybe going for a cash instead. I mean, he's got resource enough to take up via the captain or the major. And then some either lighter or heavier armor.
You got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
That, of course, is merely my opinion. We got the 222 there with a bit of infantry support covering the north. The Kampfgruppe Walter. Riflemen moving from both sides, going to trying to hold things up. Quick grenade there. Mortar fire going down. Large head-on assault going in. He might see grenades into the building throughout the MD-42. Looking good, except for the gunners, of course. Pointing over here to increase. And noting by the way, rounding up machine guns are slowly hand out some of his infantry. Certainly further increasing their firepower versus the Krauts. You could see the mortar crew go down. And there you go, the mortar crew has been utterly annihilated. He could even try and steal it, thus adding some artillery here to his forces. Then again, the 222 here might make that a slightly unpleasant experience. You got the M20 moving, you got the bazooka crew moving up as well. Can he get it? Anti-tank rifle grenade, there we go. Heavily ended damage, and there we go. Kaput, kaput. And there you go, steal some mortar. I do believe you mean liberate the mortar. Shut up, Jack. Anyways, grabbing the mortar there. Minor assault going in here, and occasionally you can get this sort of thing where they sort of get a camouflage bonus from taking out deep snow. It's a sort of little funny thing.
We have been assigned fresh Panzergrenadiers.
But Panzergrenadier here arriving, some heavier infantry. Well, there you go. He did manage to make off there with the German mortar. Increase is definitely not having a good day at the moment. He's lost a lot of territory, and most of the fuel is definitely not going towards him. In fact, you'll notice here, 32 fuel versus 7 fuel per minute. That's a bit of a difference.
Tanks now have defensive smoke capabilities. New units are ready.
It looks like the increase realizes something's not adding up and desperately goes for mobile defense, opting for something a bit more mobile, but also quickly opting for the Pumas to sort of act as an armor deterrent, which might have an effect. Of course, it also opens up for counterattack tactics to rapidly re-secure territory, which is not necessarily a bad idea either. It's certainly an ability I like, and certainly one I feel is a bit underestimated here amongst mobile defense users.
New units are ready to deploy. You need some reconnaissance?
Panzer's marching forwards. The crew forced away. And I think, yes, there we go. There's a major, no captain. And of course, now there's a bit of a problem there for increase, as his own mortars are beginning to pelt him with bombs. Nice idea, they're going to make things a bit more difficult to move through, but also gives a bit of an early warning to what might happen. More goes moving up, Pack 45 here. He could consider sending it to prioritize vehicles so it doesn't reveal itself positioning further. It's generally what I like to do with anti-tank guns. It allows them to stay a bit more secret, you know, instead of just shooting at whatever Johnny comes by first.
Return to normal operations. The machine and gewehr team is awaiting orders.
Points being secured here. Panzer's continuing to hold up there. Another MD-42 here, interestingly enough. No taking up there either. And they're going to him moving forwards. Puma rushing forwards as well. Might try and get off a shot there with its 50mm gun. Same one as on the Panzer III, by the way. But they're going to increase, pulling off a reasonably good counter-attack there, forcing back his opponent. There needs to be... Oh, yeah, he might make a mistake. They could be hit by an anti-tank grenade and have a damaged engine. There we go. Bad news for Dietrich. On the other hand, he's managed to cut off the fuel there for his opponent, getting a slight... well, cessation of massive fuel income there for Chukunoku.
Did you need something? That's everyone. Grenadiers ready.
But certainly some aggressive infantry plate, and there we go. We got the first piece of armor out here for Chukunoku, the M4A3 Sherman. That's definitely going to give the Puma a bit of a headache. There you go, Panzer's Rifle. Rosewaffen could be in trouble, in particular the Panzer sort of keep up all the way here. Another Puma available. The Feds Panzer also available. There we go. Rifleman got wiped out there. Small victory for Germany. We got the Sherman advancing there. Ooh, needs to be careful, get too close to the Grenadiers. How Panzerfaust could make it a reasonably easy target there for the Puma, and there we go. Panzerfaust away, damaged engine. And certainly the fate of Panzerfaust, amongst other things, actually make American tank crews very skittish and actually cause some issues in cooperation between American infantry and armour, since they really couldn't sort of agree to how it's supposed to be done. So there's a little fun fact there. And it's not uncommon to see American tank crews get out of there if the infantry support vanished, and vice versa. Oh, nice ambush there with the bazooka. MG42, the joining from the above building. We got the second Puma moving down as well. Munitions cache up here. Actually, interesting choice there for Chukunoku to go for a munitions cache. Not what I would have expected, really. It looks like he's actually researched bazookas. That might be the reason why he's actually hoping to sort of add some more infantry-based anti-tank there to deal with the Puma. Sherman here breaking forwards as well. Pack 40 moving up to try and help with this. They go dual bazookas, but sadly he does get suppressed here, buying the Puma enough time to escape here. And there you go, Rifle Grenade joining in and gets the Rifle Squad. No survivors, no bazookas left behind there. Nicely done there, nicely done. Though, of course, tragically done in some senses. And we're actually seeing some Ostrom being summoned forth here to assist the Kampfgruppe Hilfswillige.
We are losing a sector.
Giving Mr. Increase a bit of an infantry advantage, at least in raw numbers here versus American opponent, which should help a bit to further keep up the pressure and certainly harass his opponent, particularly if you can do it in conjunction with counter-attack tactics. But again, we are seeing that Chukunoku is really keeping up the offensive. He's just keeping up the pressure, keeps pushing. And he's actually switched back the crews here on the M20. There's been no sign of any anti-tank mines. You really should consider. Oh, Telemites down there, by the way. Oh, did we watch out? Gonna get scored. Oh, wiped out. Thankfully, no light machine gun drop. Oh, that could have been a huge victory there for Chukunoku. That's where the firepower was added to his forces. The Ostrom continue advancing, rapidly securing territory for the Reich. Got the M20 patrolling down here. Not entirely sure what he saw. He might be taking some territory there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Trying to get back those munitions. Defensive stands up. That's even going to make it harder for the infantry to counter-attack and force them out. Got the American mortar as well here, with a few good kills. Well, we do know here Chukunoku's sort of reasonably good at shifting back and forth. He's good at harassing, good at breaking through. He does occasionally make a few mistakes there, like for example losing that rifle squad right there. That definitely hurt him. Oh, and there we go, Telemite went off there at the sound of the Puma. The crew got out of there and got blown up. And there you go, got the Puma being ambushed by the Sherman. No chance of getting out of that one. Unless, of course, the crew misses point blank. Good job there, Larry. But there we go, another shot and a brief response before blowing up. And a quick MG42 there, recruited by some plucky Osttruppen. That Telemine, good investment. Generally, the Telemines are a good investment, generally tend to pay off when well placed. So imagine Increase is quite pleased with that one. Obviously his opponent might be of a slightly different opinion. And again, re-equipping with bazookas. But this time only one. Also interesting to note, he hasn't tried upgrading his lieutenant with a Browning light machine gun. I mean, I'd always recommend, you know, getting another weapon for your lieutenant if possible. He really benefits from it. Oh, there was a bazooka drop there, actually. Yeah, that does happen occasionally with the crew once you pop it in and out. Occasionally they will drop the bazooka when getting into it again. Be unfortunate there, though I'm sure Jürgen there is quite happy. He's got some kind of anti-tank weapon.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
But there you go, a Befehlspanzer out for Increase. And over here to Chukunoku. Ostorm holding up in the church there, and another Telemine up there, lovely. As I'm going to make armor movements further difficult there for Chukunoku. A second Sherman out. Not bad, though you might also want to consider occasionally shifting over to high explosive rounds to help deal with the infantry, or consider getting a Scot to help deal with some of the other things as well. Looks like a northern force wing up there, rifle loading up here, they couldn't quickly hit a defensive stance. Oh, never mind, we got a Panzer IV arriving, and nothing to cover them. Also needing a forward position here, you might want to move up the ambulance to sort of keep near it. And those riflemen should consider they're way too close to each other, way too close to each other! Oh, they got lucky there, but they need to get out of there, they need to get away. I mean, they're very close to getting utterly wiped out there by the Panzer IV. We go a bit too slow there. I think he could have pulled up much faster without losing at the same time, though we got the rifle with the covering of the bazooka. Although note they only got one, so there's less sort of a effect on the Panzer IV. Rifle's caught there, wiped out, so losing units. Grenadiers counter-attacking. Up to support there, the Befehlspanzer dealing with the occupants of the church. Both Shermans, by the way, ended up with damaged engines, not good. Their Puma almost knocked out. And the riflemen were ultimately forced away as well. We are noting here Chukunoku is all of a sudden struggling a bit. I mean, he's still got a lot of territory, but things are beginning to hurt a bit more. Increase is increasing his forces' lethality overall, and making himself a bit more of a nuisance. Now, interesting enough, there's still no sign of counterattack tactics. And we actually got this moving forward here with this command tank.
The capture point is under attack.
Feeling a bit confident there, apparently. And there you go, Befehlspanzer quickly escaped. A 60mm rocket through the frontal armor, although generally the bazooka could only penetrate 60mm of armor. Little fun fact there. And we got a Scot now on the way to provide a bit of artillery support. That's good, that's good. That might help a bit with some of the things. Part of me would actually suggest upgrading the rear echelon troops with bazookas. There's lost anti-infantry firepower in the same process. Plus the veterans get up faster, meaning they get some of the bonuses a bit faster, which also makes them a bit tougher to achieve a cost to sort of use as an anti-tank weapon team. Again, another head-on assault then. Again, the Panzer waits to punish them. And a Panzer going to counter-attack northwards. There keeps the fuel safe as well. Shifting over to the high explosive rounds here before dealing with the Grenadiers. Nice work there. And looks like Increase is increasing the size of his anti-tank defences with another Panzerabwehrkanone. Scott almost done. Almost, but not quite. Victory point wise we're noting, by the way, Chukunoku is commanding a bit of advantage, and looks like the Grenadiers heard what was coming and got out of there.
75mm gun carrier ready. Area secured.
So there you go. Decent amount of armour to sort of throw back the crowds. And there you go, nice hit finally with the bazooka, doing a nice bit of damage there to the Panzer IV.
Sherman, ready to go. Square away your stations. Lock down the shells.
Bazooka's slowly advancing. And now you've got the Ostrom getting pelted with everything available here to the Americans, but it's time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation in terms of damage, by the way, just starting now. I mean, we are noting here increase got a slight advantage kill-wise also. Now that could easily be turned around there by Chukunoku with a few good strikes. Territorially, we note here that Chukunoku still got the territorial advantage, he's also got the victory point advantage, but beyond that, he is struggling a bit here as he increases shoring up his defences and his forces, increasing his lethality, and making things a lot more bloody awkward for Chukunoku whenever he tries to attack, but also whenever he tries to defend. So there are some issues there for Chukunoku. The Chukunoku does have a slight artillery advantage there with the Scott and the mortar, although I think could try and be a bit more aggressive with his mortar as well, sort of further apply pressure upon the shoulders of increase. At least as a thought there. He might also want to consider less head-on attacks and trying some deeper flanks. They're trying to hit increase in the flanks, in the side, doing some damage there, knocking out the Pack 40, maybe also catching that Puma and the command tank. I mean, going to head-on there is definitely going to serve increase the best, since of course you can easily predict it and set up to sort of guard for it, in particular position and situation. His Panzer IV command tank to lessen the damage that Chukunoku can actually do when he's then making the assault. So there are some things that he should consider. And certainly he might also, I mean, he's got a bit of manpower flowing there, so fuel cache, and they may be saving up for a Jackson to sort of further add some anti-tank punch later into the match, I think would be a good move, sort of further limiting the options of increase. Looking at increase on the other hand, we're noting he's got plenty of infantry. He's lacking in artillery on the other hand. He's got anti-tank guns and MG. He's got a bit sort of mixed armor, but overall, I mean, in that regard, you know, he's the only advantage he has really is infantry. Beyond that, he's a bit behind Chukunoku in every other case. And certainly he's lacking territory. I mean, he's got a few options. He could also consider fuel cache and maybe taking up, adding some more regular armor into the match. He could try for more Pumas, but I really think that's not going to hold up in the longer run. Overall, he's going to need to sort of play up tech-wise, go for a Panzer IV maybe, or some Stugs, and that way pressure his opponent, maybe, and a fuel cache sort of help with that. Otherwise, he needs to get a bit more aggressive with harassment. He should probably use the Ostrom for that in conjunction with counterattack attacks, that way quicker unravel a lot of territory and securing it for his own good. That way, you know, quicker applying pressure to Chukunoku's flank, forcing Chukunoku to sort of further dispatch there, opening up for maybe launching a large assault either through the centre or on one of the flanks then where Chukunoku is trying to act. I mean, that's definitely an option there to consider. But definitely teching up should be part of Increase's plan. He should try to increase his tech level. Ah ha ha ha. That was terrible. Anyways, back to the fight here. Ostrom there closer, getting wiped out. Of course, I mean, if he's really intent on launching a head-on assault, he should at least try and launch a smoke barrage before he does it, so at least that way allow him to get closer, maybe even with his tank sort of barge through and do some serious damage. Also, just a quick note, but I really think he should expend some munitions on dual equipping his rear troops with bazookas. He should equip the rest of his troops with Browning light machines. I mean, he should really do as much as possible to increase his infantry's firepower as well. That's really something to ignore. I mean, he's got Browning light machine guns, he's got bazookas, but he's not really making any great use of it, so that's also something he needs to sort of look into and fixing. Apparently lost his lieutenant and is replacing. A bit of quiet up north.
Troop ready.
Bit of quiet here. Rather poor visibility due to the blizzard, which would seem Chukunoku is trying to take advantage of by trying to secure the central munitions point. Fire pit destroyed and rifleman retreating, choosing a interestingly poor path for it, straight through the enemy lines. And there you go. Panzer IV will counterattack the weather rifleman from the centre there. We are noting here that increases defense is looking reasonably strong there. I mean, this flank is looking like a reasonably weak spot, but we are noting as well that Chukunoku is not really doing a lot to apply any serious pressure to it. Which is definitely something you should consider doing. And right, he's got the option of basically firing a smoke grenade to block out the house and ensure he can't shoot down him, but looks like he just pulls back there. Having either not considered or perhaps not feeling it is worth it. Also, strange enough, there's no tent, for example, just using it to the squad to, for example, bombard some of the more regular positions of increase and knock them out. The Scot having a bit of limited success. A bit of quiet. 7 kills in the mortar, closing on eventually 2. Might want to set it up again now. There go another sort of head-on assault. No smoke cover, no anything there. Exposing his men to the harsh elements and the even harsher Germans. I mean, he's got plenty of options here, including his riflemen to lay down one hell of a smoke screen here. But he seems surprisingly reluctant to actually make any use of it.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
Another telemine up there. We are knowing it increases. No, that's S mines. Interesting. Maybe telemine, but riflemen very close to not getting murdered. That's definitely a bit of a close shave in the north. Another counter-attack there to try and break through. Encountering the gunners there with a light machine gun.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
Ultimately, the grenadiers are getting slowly but surely overwhelmed here by the riflemen.
A capture point is under attack. Armor ready.
But there we actually do have a Jackson out here for Chukunoku to sort of further counter his opponent's armor. Ramping up. I mean, interestingly, he's doing a lot of north. Oh, there we go. The rifle squad got crushed by the Panzer IV Befehlspanzer. But I mean, he's not supporting it. Seriously, he's not moving his arm up. He's actually keeping his arm in a holding position in the center, which is not necessarily the best use of it. Tanks generally are best sort of used on the attack, either that being a sort of an all-out attack or a counter-attack. But generally on the attack, they generally tend to do best. What he's doing is just holding them back as sort of defensive reserve, which is overall not really playing to the strength, basically holding back a ton of resources without actually doing much with it. But there we go. Jackson Panzer IV attack, or Sherman attack north here. He's not actually spreading out his armoured reserves, which could be a bit dangerous. There we go. We got an assault going through the centre here. Scott and a lot of top, nothing covering it. The Jackson, the Sherman's far away there. Puma attacking. Can't. Panzer bargain. Vier Befehlspanzer attacking as well. And there we go. Scott down. Mortar down. Beats us low there to react. More importantly, left his centre a bit too open. And ultimately that Scott wasn't a bit of a bad position either way though. A nice little rate there by increase. He did not lose neither Puma or Panzer. And that is good for him. I'm sure it will leave Chukunoku a bit frustrated that he was unable to get it and lost so much, including also rather veteran mortar crew. Though he still managed to retain the mortar if he wants to recruit, which would certainly not be a bad idea. We do note here the increase also suffered some infantry losses, but still he's got a nice chunk of it left. And if he really wants, he can always replace it with further men. And he's actually fully teched up here, but so far no sign of the Schwere Panzer Corps. I would really say he should get there as quickly as possible then if he's teched up that far, and then aim for a Panther. I mean, that could really make things a mess here for Chukunoku. There you go, the S-Mines coming to flank, making it difficult for Chukunoku to flank up, then clear out the building. With its valiant Ostrom holding the line there. There we go, got the mortar recruit here. Working to regain victory points. South there slowly being recaptured here by Ostrom. Again, no sign of counter-attack tactic. I'm a bit disappointed by that. a bit disappointed.
The Scharfschütze has arrived.
And they can't help but feel he's actually not using high explosive rounds for his Shermans. That's a bit of a miss as well, I would say, for Chukunoku. He could easily be doing a lot more infantry or damage than to the infantry of increase. And getting a sniper of all things at this stage of the game, that's an interesting move. And again, I would primarily suggest again he aims for the Schwerer Panzer headquarters as soon as humanly possible, because in fact he's getting very close to the option of calling in a Panther, in which case he could very much cause a bit of a headache there for Chukunoku. There you go, the sniper getting a good kill there. Oh, mines being swept, good job there. Looks like Chukunoku is maybe learning a few lessons there. Oh, sniper there, very close, going to hit my American mortar. Very close, very close. Apart from there, getting plastered with bullets. While the brand new equipped, they're almost getting the entire storm unit there of increase.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
The Panzer IV constantly shifting back and forth, quickly throwing away any attackers. Quite skillfully done there, and now it looks like another attempt to break from the north, at least to regardless of Panzer IV counterattack. Bazooka's firing, Jackson moving in, and there we go, nice shot there, rather than close getting wiped out, but should be able to force away the Panzer IV. And if he's looks like he might try to bait him in. There we go, we got a Pack 40 rating, and there we go, the note here. There's a slight problem, which actually there's a tree blocking the line of fire, so that's a bit dangerous. And looks like artillery strike going in there, artillery strike. Veteran through there, Sherman about to get knocked out. Oh, that's a bit interesting. Not a single shot with a barrel hit anything. Puma took one little hit there from the Jackson's 90mm gun. Same one as used on the Persian, by the way. And there you go, this Sherman got knocked out there by Panzer Squad there with Panzerschrecks. Very bad news, that was a veteran Sherman crew there again. I can't ever feel that he is neglecting to use high explosive rounds. And indeed, I mean, with the Jackson, I could definitely consider using it occasionally. But so far, seems to have utterly decided not to use it. Joe Roll gives increases infantry a bit more freedom on the battlefield. And there you go, he actually stole back the mortar. My God, the cheek. Another pioneer away. Most, if not all, of the vehicles and armor here for increase is heavily damaged. And he's definitely got the resource and now trying to begin the construction of the Schwer Panzer Corps, then almost immediately afterwards get a Panther out. At which point I'm pretty sure it could be GG there for Chukunoku, since he'd be extremely open towards that. In particular supported by the command tank and the Puma. There you go, smoke grenade up. And there you go, using it to negate both defenders here, both the Puma and the MG42 crew in the building. So forced away the MG42. Looks like he's intent on trying to capture that MG42, but does not look to be fully successful.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Bit of both sides floating a few resources there. Still no and getting what you tech for. I mean, if you tech for something, you should generally try to go for it as soon as possible. When you tech for tier 4, now you get that heavy Panzer as soon as bloody possible and lay down and get whatever you want from it. But so far, I mean, he's not been using these he's floating resources, but he's not making any use of them. I mean, come on, make an effort. Though the same can't be said here of. Oh no, man, looks like he's called in the priest. A bit of self-propelled artillery there.
Be advised, extreme winter are affecting the lines. All units are to take immediate action. We need some reconnaissance. We are
Quick grenade there.
losing the sector.
And there you got the priest delivering a sermon there. No, it wasn't. Or was that maybe a mistake? Quick check here. A bit curious, really. I think that might have been a mistake then. That's unfortunate. I mean, he's left with the cooldown already. Still flooding a lot of resources, still not going for schwere Panzer headquarters. Come on, Leute. Get some schwere Panzer out in the field.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
All a bit quiet.
We have reports of infantry freezing to death. I don't expect that's good for morale.
And there you go, the recapture more towards more taking down those that had previously been standing with. But I was a bit quiet here, both sides sort of being a bit more cautious with their movements, and looks like Chukunoku is preparing something in the north. Wonder we can soon get that priest firing again. Based on the Sherman chassis, by the way. The Sherman chassis seeing a lot of sort of uses different things. Just like the Panzer IV chassis was used for a lot of different things. There you go, looks like he's trying to break up the enemy assault, but so far with limited success. Sherman attack from the north. Jackson not supporting, or at least not right away. Looks like we might see the missiles going down. There you go, got a artillery strike going down here on the attackers. I still don't think he's actually using high explosive rounds on that Sherman, man. And indeed he's not. I mean, that's a surprising decision there by Chukunoku not to use high explosive rounds. It's definitely something you should be considering. Still floating a ton of reach. Oh, there we go. Finally. Finally. Took you long enough. Victory points are increasingly quickly shifting hands here, and we're now sailing over to Chukunoku, who's not really having much luck with artillery so far, which is certainly a bit unfortunate. Sherman there taking one hell of a shot. That's a smoke.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement. All right.
Got the priest firing again.
Incoming fire.
Seems he's not really having much luck shooting with the priest,
We're losing a capture
which is certainly quite unfortunate. And there you go, we actually got Ostrom there flanking, Panzerfausting it, and still no high explosive rounds in the Sherman. I'm pretty sure he could be doing so much more damage to his opponent if he simply just switch over to it. Oh, looks like he finally got some kills there on. Oh, more kills. He's finally getting something done there. Almost getting the Panzer Grenadiers, almost getting the Ostrom, but not quite. And there you go, Ostrom's got Dicker worked out there. Decent victory there. And it looks like finally something's happening here in camp increase with that heavy Panzer Corps. Finally some heavier force being shifted towards the Kampf of Walter. There you go, 6 kills, that's something. Another Sherman on the way. You maybe want to consider repairing that Jackson.
Button her up. Big push coming.
You can certainly call in a Panther soon enough here, Mr. Increase.
tank support is here. Sherman ready.
And what is this? We've got a Sturmpanzer 4 of all things. He's actually calling it a Sturmpanzer 4 first. Now that's definitely something less than usually seen, but there you go. Oh, missed the Panzer 4! Come on, Johnny.
The capture point is being overrun.
Firing again there with the
Armor here.
Priest getting off some better kills now. Good, good. Need to be careful around here actually, since that's what he's aiming at. There you go, sort of advancing. Jackson needs to be careful here. And down! Ooh, direct hit on the Pack 40 though, but still, loss of that Jackson's going to hit in particular now as the Sturmpanzer 4 is not advancing towards the front line. Oh, finally he's actually got high close around to one Sherman. I suppose that's something. Took him long enough though, I have to say. Impact 48 to cover versus infantry's armor assault from north while the Sturmpanzer 4 break through the centre. And there you go, good hit there.
The temperature keeps dropping. Men are freezing out there.
Nice work there as the Panzer command tank moves up as well. Almost at 40 kills, almost have extended fleet infantry. Be careful there around the Sturmpanzer as it shatters lives with heavy high explosive rounds and certainly breaking apart Chukunoku's centre.
Casualty reports are flooding in. Units are losing men to the cold.
Damn close there.
We're getting plastered over here. 300. A capture point is under attack. Check station. Good to go. Warning orders.
The Sturmpanzer just continues. Priest might want to consider relocating its position as well. Go shots bouncing off there the front. In fact, he needs to back to armor piercing rounds, otherwise that's not going to help with the Sturmpanzer's armor.
Ready. Go ahead. What the hell? Where's that coming from?
There we go, that good hit on the Panzer Grenadier. And rather not a problem, we even saw the incendiary round. Close there. Gatling time mortar crew. Veterans one there for the Priest.
Infantry unit being wiped out.
And he only shot one. Odd.
Send your orders.
Could he be saving out for another Jackson? Maybe. He's still got a slight victory point advantage. I suppose he could still hold out, but things definitely not looking good here for Chukunoku.
Armor here. Steady up, fellas. Crew ready. Man your stations.
Looks like an all-north push there to maybe regain the points. We're seeing Telemans going up here. Increases quick to cover up flanks and versus counterattacks, while the Sturmpanzer 4 seems to be advancing forward here. A bit boldly, but I suppose he's taking advantage of the thick armour it possesses, sort of allowed to at least, get out of them in case something goes wrong. Keeping the Pack 4 here to cover its flanks. Not a bad idea, though. Not a bad tactic. Sherman said seemed to be rolling back, abandoning the north. Careful, careful, proper flanking in. I mean, he's increased in theory, has plenty of reasons to call the Panthers, just lacking the command point. The sniper though might soon go down here. Nope, skirts away.
We lost an infantry unit.
Minefields and bunkers covering the north. Infantry units getting utterly wiped out there. Barely any men left for Chukunoku. The situation is getting very, very ugly, and looks like the assault is going in here. Sherman's moving forwards. Still not switched out to armor piercing rounds. Does seem a bit odd. And there we go, managed to stun the crew there of the Sherman straight from the Pack 40. Bad news. And there goes Sherman lost. Rifleman wiped out there by the Sturmpanzer. Division 3 by the way in the Puma. And there you go, well played by Chukunoku. Smoke going down. I think it's a bit late for that though.
Send your orders.
And there we go, game over. A loss to the United States of America, victory for Germany. It was a mobile defense. I mean, Chukunoku was looking rather strong for a large part of the match, but there were a few certain things that sort of rather undermined things along the run. For example, I mean, he didn't make ultimately good use of commander. I mean, there was a bit of Browning here, a bit of artillery here, but you know, we're all not so really coordinated. And for someone who went for Browning-like machine guns, I imagine that would be part of it. I think he only got one throughout the entire match. I mean, he could easily have equipped his riflemen to a much greater degree, and that would also have pressured his opponent infantry to a much degree. But instead, it never quite happened. Instead, you know, the one who had the infantry advantage overall was increased. Even when you adjust a few grenades like machine guns and panzers, I mean, he still could master a lot of firepower as the game progressed versus the infantry of Chukunoku, and Chukunoku nearly sort of tried to decimate him through the use of the Browning, certainly not getting on the lieutenant, so that was a problem one there. The other one was the bazooka, not really sort of concentrated usage of that either, which certainly also hurt him quite a bit. Then definitely should have gotten on the rear echelon troops. I think that would have left him much stronger, but again, that did not happen. Again, increase was given a slight advantage there. The priest was a bit sort of questionable usage, and I think some of those artillery strikes were a bit of a waste of munitions, though that was probably not his entire fault. I mean, I won't blame him for not getting the mortar after. That's currently not any good. So, I mean, there are some things that I think definitely Chukunoku has improved upon. But I think one major issue was also basically kept for a larger part of the fight, only using armor-piercing rounds versus infantry instead of high explosive rounds. I think that hurt him a lot because that was another really good opportunity to really decimate his opponent's infantry. But again, he never did it. I mean, he had several opportunities to really harm his opponent's infantry, but he never took them. And that gave increase a sort of definite advantage as the game progressed as well. So that's something to consider, but that's not to say, you know, it's all Chukunoku's fault. I mean, Increase played reasonably well, made good use of commander's abilities. Ostrom played an effect. I mean, he really pressured across the map, slowly built up his armor forces. He made good use of the Panzer IV to sort of deflect harassment attempts and attacks. The Puma certainly also did well as the game progressed. Infantry a lot, and looks like, I mean, these veteran fleet grenadiers with 46 kills, my god, I mean, that's not exactly bad either. That is not bad at all either. So, I mean, that's also definitely something to consider. They make good use of mines, by the way. The mines definitely played a role there, knocking out infantry and that M20 as well. So it wasn't all bad there either. Far from it. I mean, he kept up the pressure. He kept on, even as he was sort of being slowly pushed back. He kept it up. He kept attacking, kept pushing his opponent back in the end. I mean, he slowly but surely won, exploiting the weaknesses that Chukunoku had and mistakes he made. So overall, a pretty interesting match there overall. I mean, had Chukunoku made a bit better use of some of his doctrine abilities and his bazookas, I think he'd stood a much stronger chance. In particular, he'd also been using the high explosive rounds a bit better there. Also, I mean, to a certain extent, he also ground down here in front of the building. He kept on attacking here. I mean, he could easily have harassed on the flanks, done some more damage there. He could also use smoke, but never any of those things actually happened. And that was, I think, also another issue for him right there. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed today's match. If you did want to subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay or provide some feedback in the comments section. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers and thank you all for watching.